So point and shoots are kind of what their name says they are. They are cameras like this one often if you're shooting film. This is a Nikon AF3, a camera which is pretty much all automatic. The focus is going to be automatic, the exposure is going to be automatic, automatically reads the ISO of your film. Sometimes you get some flash controls like on this one, but the name really says it all. You point and you shoot. You can definitely also think of like cell phones as point and shoots, especially if you're just using the automatic exposure in your camera app. Likewise, sometimes you control, are you going to use flash or not? Kind of a wild card that I thought of is what if you're shooting on a digital camera and you're just using automatic mode? Like that's kind of the same thing, right? You're composing, you're pressing one button, assuming you're using an autofocus lens that functions with your camera, everything's automatic. So the idea for this video was to take a bunch of point and shoots, meet up with my friend Anashe in San Francisco and go shoot several frames using different point and shoots with this kind of loose definition I've laid out. So let's head over to North Beach and start our photo walk. On Anashe's point and shoot and the two cell phones, the focal lengths are about 28mm equivalent, and my point and shoot is a 35mm lens. So every frame that we took, I ended up cropping in 28mm shots to match the framing of the 35mm lens, and I also used a zoom lens to hit exactly 35mm on the Sony. After Cafe Zoetrope, we walked through North Beach a little bit to find a composition featuring Coit Tower. This time I went ahead and took the cameras. As mentioned, we both brought our own film cameras and we used both of our cell phones. Mine, a Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, Anashe had an iPhone SE. And of course, the Sony A7Rii II. Wow, what a banger, am I right? So next up we headed to the Painted Ladies.
Okay. So this is my Olympus autofocus Trip 50. We're gonna get the Painted Ladies. We'll try to get some of the ladies. Kind of is funny because it's like I'm tripped out as fuck. I think that's funny. Okay.
Now for the last shot, we headed to Baker Beach to get a shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. And thus far, the two cell phones have honestly performed pretty much the same. The colors are a little bit different, but that's kind of just choices made by Samsung and Apple to make their photos look a certain way. I think in this frame, we can see one of the more significant differences between these phones, and that would be the megapixel count on my Samsung being significantly higher than that of the iPhone. You can really see, given the good light we had that day, the extra megapixels really brings out a lot more detail in the houses up in the hills when you look behind the bridge. Right now, we're gonna get the banger. This is the YouTube San Francisco banger. So next up we went to Cliff House and decided to make a photo of the camera obscura with the ocean and beach in the background. Oh, hell yeah. So I chose these locations because they're kind of popular things people like to take photos of. Choosing cliche compositions made it easier to just compare the cameras without worrying too much about what's in the actual frame. So that's kind of it. I will make more videos. I'm saying that here now to hold myself accountable. I have some ideas coming. Please go follow Anashe. I especially love her photos from her trips to Mexico City. So give her a follow. And I think that's all I've got. Thanks for joining. See you next time.